All right. So, whoops. So those are the formulas. So, Kyle's truck can haul 1.75 tons of corn per load. 1 cubic meter of corn weighs 0.8 tons. How many loads will Kyle haul to move this pile of corn? Okay. All right. So, what do you think we have to do? We know how much his truck can haul. We know how much corn weighs. But what do we have to do to this? Figure out how much corn there is there that he has to haul away. Okay? Because they just dumped it on the ground because they didn't have any room in the grain bin. Okay? So they dumped it on the ground for now, but now they're going to haul it off to the elevator. So, what shape do you think this corn is in? A pyramid or a cone? A cone. If you ever, dump something out, it makes the shape of a cone. It doesn't have straight corner edges. It's in the shape of a cone. Okay? So, the volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. 1/3 pi, what's the radius? 2 meters. And the height? 1.5 meters. Okay? So, oops, I did that wrong. Forgot to square my 2. So 2 squared is 4. 4 times 1.5 is 6. So then it's 2 pi, which is 6.28 meters cubed of corn. Okay? So 1 cubic meter weighs 0.8 tons. So if we know we have 6.28 cubic meters, how much does it weigh? Should we multiply or divide? Multiply. Multiply by tons per cubic meter. 0.8 tons per cubic meter. So then we'll end up with tons. What's 6.28 times 0.8? 5.03 tons. And he can haul 1.7 tons per load. So are we going to multiply or divide by 1.75? Divide by 1.75 tons per load. So then we're going to get loads. How many loads do we have? Exactly 3? 2.88 loads. So he's going to have 2 big loads and 1 small load. Okay, so 3 loads is the answer. Okay, because you can't have 2.88 of a load. Okay, so it's got to round up to 3. Jackson is using this mold to make 12 candles. How many cubic inches of wax does he need? So he's going to make 12 candles, but we got to figure out how much 1 candle is and then go from there. So volume, what shape is this? Pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. How do we find the area of the base? What shape is the base? A triangle. So it's 3, the height, times 4 divided by 2. 3 times 4 divided by 2. Okay? And then you take it times 6. So the volume is 1/3 of 3 times 4 is 12 divided by 2 is 6 times 6. 1/3 of 6 is 2 times 6. So the volume is 12 inches cubed. Okay. Now, how many candles is he making? 12. So you multiply by 12 candles, and you get 144 cubic inches is how much wax he needs for his 12 candles. Danny is 1.8 meters tall and wants to be able to stand inside her new tent. Should she buy this tent? Is she going to be able to stand in it? Okay. Well, maybe only in the center, but let's see if she can stand in it. Okay. It's this many cubic meters. The floor has a perimeter of that. So if it's 8.4 meter perimeter and it's a square tent, how long is each side? 2.1 on each side. The volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. We know the volume is 3.4 cubic meters. The area of the base is 2.1 squared. We need to know the height. What's 2.1 squared? 4.41. And what's 1/3 of 4.41 to about 3 decimal places? 1.4 what? 70. If we divide by 1.47, the height is really close, or just a little above 2, right? 2.31 meters. She's 1.8 meters tall. Could she stand up in this thing? Yes. She should buy that tent. The volume of this pyramid is 41 cubic yards, and the perimeter of the base is 14. What's the height of the pyramid? Same problem as last time, just a little different numbers. So if the perimeter of the base is 14, what's the length of each side? How would I find that, Kenzie? You don't look at your note card. Well, you can, but it's not going to help you, because we want to know each side of the base. So it's just like the last problem we did on the board with the tent. The perimeter is 14. So how many sides do we have? 4. So if we take 14 divided by 4, each side is 3.5. So that's how you find the length of each side. Okay? The volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. We're told the volume is 41, 1/3. How do you find the area of the base, Maddie? It's the area of a square. And we know each side. No, that's the perimeter. 3.5 times 3.5. 3.5 squared. Times the height, because we're looking for the height. What's 3.5 squared? 12.25. Divide that by 3. 4.08. Divide by 4.08 on each side. Basically, the height is about 10 yards, right? Really close to 10 yards. A restaurant sells smoothies in 2 sizes. Which is a better deal? Everybody always thinks the larger one is a better deal. We got to see if the larger one is a better deal. So we have to find the larger volume of the larger one, volume of the smaller one. Now, they're not perfect cones, but since the base is round, we assume they're a cone. Okay? So the volume of a cone, the volume of a cone is 1/3 the area of the base, pi r squared, times the height. All right, for the orange one, it's 1/3 times pi. What's a radius of that cone if it's 10 inches across, 10 centimeters across? 5, so 5 squared. Now, they give us a slant height of 15. We need to find the actual height. How would we find the actual height here? So this is 5. We need to find the actual height. It is a triangle. What do we do with that triangle? Pythagorean theorem, because it's a right triangle. So 5 squared plus h squared should equal 15 squared. 25 plus h squared equals 15 squared. That's 225, right? H squared equals 200. Take the square root of 200. It's 16 point something? No, it can't be. 14 point something. 14.1?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Got to do the same thing for this one, so might as well do it now. What's the radius of the purple one? 3.5. We got to find the height. So 12 squared equals 3.5 squared plus h squared. 144. What's 3.5 squared? 12.25 plus h squared. If we subtract 12.25, I get 131.75, right? Take the square root of 131.75. What do we get? 11.5. We'll call it good at 11.5. All right. So the height of the orange one is 14.1. So if we put this into a calculator, what's the volume of the orange one? 1/3 times pi times 5 squared times 14.1. What do we get? We good? Okay. Purple one. 1/3 pi 3.5 squared times 11.5. Okay, so now to find out which is a better deal, do I take the volume divided by the money or the money divided by the volume? Because if we take the volume divided by the money, it would be cubic centimeters per dollar. If we take the money divided by the volume, it would be dollars per cubic centimeter. Which one should we do? Dollars divided by the money. So for the orange one, take take $5.89 divided by 369.14. What do we get? It's going to be a small number. 0.026. So 1.6 cents per ounce per cubic centimeter. Okay, now let's do the purple one. 349 divided by 147.52. How many cents per cubic ounce is that? 0.0. 0.21 or 24. So it's 2.4 cents per cubic centimeter, right? Okay. So the orange one, the big size, is the better deal by a little bit. Caitlin is making concrete animal sculpture. Each bag of concrete makes 0.6 cubic feet of concrete. How many bags of concrete does Caitlin need to make that dog or whatever that thing is? Okay. Well, we got to find the volume of each part. What shape is the yellow thing? Pyramid. So the yellow is a pyramid, which is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So it's 1/3 times 16 squared times 20. Calculators, go. 1/3 times 16 squared times 20. Okay. Then we have the body, which is a prism. So it's the area of the base times the height, or 22 times 18 times 15. So how much concrete is in the body in cubic inches?
5,940.
And then we have 4 legs. So it's 4 times pi r squared h, because they're all cylinders. And by Cavalari's principle, just because they're slanted, they'd be the same as if they were straight up and down. So it's 4, because there's 4 legs, times pi times the radius of each is 2 squared. The height is 16. Calculate that out. 4 pi times 4 times 16, or 256 pi, which is about 800. 700 and something. Ooh. 804.25. Add these 3 numbers together. Now, a bag of concrete is 0.6 cubic feet. So do we take the 0.6 times this to figure out how many bags? And the answer is no. This is cubic inches. This is cubic feet. Are they the same thing? No. A cubic foot. 1 cubic foot is 12 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches. Take 12 times 12 times 12 on your calculator. It's pretty big. I think it's 1728, but I'm not sure. 1728 inches cubed per cubic foot. Okay? So we have to change this into cubic feet. So we're going to divide this by 1728 cubic inches per cubic foot. How many cubic feet are there in that sculpture? 4.9. And then if we multiply it by 0.6 feet cubed, How many bags of concrete does she need? Wait. Should we multiply it or should we divide it? Because that doesn't work. Because then we got cubic feet times cubic feet. So if we divide by cubic feet per bag, then we get bags. Okay? So if we divide, what do we get? How many bags does she need? What's 4.9 divided by 0.6? 8.2 bags. So she should buy 9 bags of concrete to make her a little sculpture of a dog or whatever that is. All right. So what we did is more than just find the volumes of shapes. We put them into word problems and we figured out cost. We figured out how much material she needed and things like that. So it's more than just finding the basic volume. Okay? So we applied some geometry to that. So I will put your assignment out there. You will have the whole time to work on it. So we're not doing 2 sections. We're doing 1 today.